Bro,
let's go.
what about this comeback from Fonseca? Look at this. Alright, we are at the new apartment here. I'm here with my buddy Nicholas. So this is the first time he's seen it, but we have an update about the plans. Last night the architect sent this update through. Here's a sunset in São Paulo. Alright, let's take this with us. There's not a lot of good light here in the kitchen, so we'll go through into the living room. So basically, what has been going on is there's a few issues that we've encountered along the way. So this network center room is this room here. And because behind this wall over here, there's a bunch of wastewater pipes, we can't break this wall. So this space is very small, it's only 1.5 meters across. So now the idea is to put the network rack in this corner here and probably a printer here, because this is the best excuse me, this is the best ventilation that we have in this room because it's very small. Here's the drain for the air conditioner. There's not going to be one in this room, but in case I change my mind later, it's always good to have that option. So that's the main issue in this room. Here's the poker studio that doesn't even exist, but it will, and that's actually quite spacious in this room. There's not a lot of issues in there for the time being. Where was the other stuff? So going back to the plan over here, the main issues will be with this laundry area. So if I just cruise back over here, this is a bit weird to have this tank here inside. This should really be over here. And then the idea, I'm not sure if you'll be able to see this because it didn't come up very well on my, oh no, it has come up all right here. This little pane of glass, I guess. Can I show this properly on my hand here? Yeah, so this here, where it's got laundry written here, this is basically going to separate out the washing machine from the outdoor elements, because you can see over here it can't be enclosed because of the air conditioning equipment. So it looks like we've figured that out. The air conditioning equipment itself is also problematic because the air conditioner that I like to use here in Brazil is algae. Look at this view, by the way. This will never get old, just coming out here. So, coming back into the living room, you can see the drain pipes on the wall. So that, I'm thinking of putting in 24,000 British thermal units BTU air conditioner there. And then on this wall, because space is a little bit more of a constraint, I'm thinking of putting in 18,000 BTU air conditioner. So that's fine, that all works. Was there anything else? So in this space here, this is the veranda. So on this wall here will be a TV. So this is what you're looking at here. And a two seat couch, and then a one seat over in this corner. So the architects labeled it as an intimate terrace, like intimate veranda. So it's kind of going to be a quieter zone. I'm not sure about that. Because when you have this view out here, there might be the occasional sports event being played on here. So not sure how it's going to be an intimate, quiet zone. But anyways, this portion of the veranda over here will be a little, they call it bancada. I'm not really sure how to say that in English, I forgot. But 2 people will be able to sit here. And then in the middle here, it's not showing up very well on the camera, but my table in the existing apartment with the 6 chairs right in the middle, so that still keeps a decent circulation in this area. And then in here will be the main TV on this wall. I still haven't decided if I'm going to go with 65 or 77 inches. I think I can get away with 77 here because it's a pretty big space. You can hear the echo in the background. And sort of in this space here, there's going to be a couch. Hasn't come up very well on the printout here, but you can see the couch there. And also right behind here, about in line with this door. This door is getting taken out, by the way. This is getting removed. There's going to be like a crystal glass enclosure here for glassware and probably some plates and cups, bottles of wine, things like that. I've already talked about the poker studio, which is going to be in this space here. This is the visitor's toilet. There's probably almost no changes been made here except a mirror up here, I imagine. Then coming down the corridor here, I was talking about this with the architect, this closet here. On the left side is going to be a pretty extensive wardrobe, like right up to the ceiling here. And then on this side now, I think I could really do with the storage space. I'm going to put a very thin cabinet on this side as well, some storage. Then this is where I've changed my mind already multiple times. So this bathroom here, which belongs to the master suite, I'm not happy with these 2 basins here, so I'm going to change those and put a better use of space in here. And then the shower over here, I initially thought about one where it's like you have a glass panel maybe over this side, and then a door that opens either in, would have to be inwards because of this door over here. But now I just think that it's very, very limited in space here. So I'm actually thinking of putting just a glass sliding door here like I've got in the original, or in my existing apartment. Because I think otherwise it becomes a circulation issue as well. So that's my thinking there. And probably go with a heated towel rail just over this side above, just slightly off from this toilet here. All right, so that's one issue. If I just swing around over this way, this is a more serious and pressing issue. I haven't been able to figure this out yet. So on this side of the wall, if you see here, that's to about this point here, that's okay. You can use this space to put electrical outlets and so forth in, just like on this side over here. But if you have a king bed in this space, which is already really tight, because it's probably going to come to about, the edge of the bed will come to about here. So this is only about 50 centimeters of space. So that's already tight, which limits the cabinet or bedside wall furniture that you can have over here for the TV. But the bigger issue here is I want to put like 2 sconces, one each side of the bed, and also probably a tablet over here with the smart home integration. But you can see, because this is a real hard wall, that's completely solid. How am I going to get the power from this wall over to here if it's completely concrete, to get energy for the other sconce? So not sure what the architect has up his sleeve there, but he's certainly going to earn his pay there. Alright, so that's probably the main issues that I have up until this point. Everything else seems to be fairly self-explanatory for these rooms here. So probably by Monday of the following week, we will be underway with the renovation. The first steps will be to remove this floor from the veranda, because the power has to be taken from this wall over here to pass through over this other side. So we need to remove that floor anyway. And then the idea will be to apply the same floor here and here, which I've gone with a grey beige color. It's called Greige. So that's going to be to precisely this point here where you can shut this door. So this will be all that finish, flooring choice, and then from where Nicholas is, come here, stop trying to hide from the camera. This will be like a wooden, I've gone with a wooden finish, so it'll kind of nicely split the apartment in two. So this end will be to be honest, it's kind of similar to this anyway, but it'll probably be slightly a better finish than this. And then, yeah, off into the kitchen, I won't be changing anything except for this. Gosh, it's getting dark here now. Sorry about the lighting, but it's later in the day. It's coming up 5:30 local time now. So my plan was to just take this slab of stone, black. It's called Saint Gabriel, I think, if I'm not mistaken, because this basin, this sink is just so small. So for quite a large operation, because here you have quite a lot of space, so it's pretty small for that. And I also want to get one of these taps that are just like my friend has in the US in his apartment. It's just like way better for cleaning up, and just a bigger size Cuba sink